Friends, there are different varieties of car engines available in the market today. Today's video, we are going to talk a bit about car engine. Some basic knowledge about what is car engine, what are the different types, how different types are differentiated among the engines. As you already know, the engine is the heart of a vehicle and is the most crucial part of a vehicle since it powers the car and is responsible for running it smoothly. Any problem with the engine can make a big difference and affects not just the power but also the efficiency or the mileage of your car. There are different types of car engines available, each unique in their specifications and characteristics. Some engines are designed for performance, while the others are built for fuel efficiency. By science, an engine is defined as a machine which converts one form of energy into mechanical energy. So fundamentally, there are two major divisions of heat engines. The internal combustion engine or ICE burns the fuel inside the engine cylinder, and when it burns, it increases the pressure and temperature. The high pressure produced by the combustion of fuel is then directly applied onto power pistons, rotor or a nozzle. On the other side, the external combustion engine are heat engines that burn fuel outside the engine cylinder. These are essentially steam engines. So usually solid fuels are used because the fuel is burned outside. So we are now concentrating on the ICE, the internal combustion engine, which is essentially used in cars. Based on the type of fuel used, the engines are again subdivided into different classifications, like a petrol engine or a gasoline engine, a diesel engine or a gas engine, engines using alternate fuel. The gasoline petrol engines are by far the most common for the cars. They definitely offer a very good balance between performance and the efficiency. Typically, they are quieter, smoother. Diesel engine, on the contrary, are known for their fuel efficiency, better fuel efficiency compared to petrol engines, and high torque output. So they are more suitable for heavy duty applications and long distance driving. But the downside of diesel engine is that they are more noisy and they also produce more emissions. In one of my earlier videos, I have clearly described that diesel engines are going to vanish in the long run because of the environmental concerns. In this video, we are not going to talk much on the engines of alternate fuel such as electric vehicles, hybrid vehicles, CNG vehicles, ethanol vehicles, hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. All these things have been covered in my earlier videos, so we are not going to talk on these engines in this particular video. Hybrid engines actually combines an internal combustion engine along with an electric motor, and they provide advantages of both the power sources, providing improved efficiency and reduced emissions. In petrol engine, the air petrol mixture is sucked into the cylinder during the suction stroke of the piston. Once the correct air petrol mixture is obtained, the mixture is compressed during the compression stroke, ignited during the power stroke, and exhaust gases are pushed out during the exhaust phase. A spark plug can help to ignite. In the case of diesel engine, only the air is sucked into the cylinder during the suction stroke and compressed at high pressure. Compression ratio as high as 22:1 and temperature raises to almost 1000 degree Fahrenheit. Diesel oil is injected by an injector at the end of the compression stroke, which catches fire and burns due to the high temperature. So no separate ignition system is required. The burned gases expand, pushing the piston down during the power stroke. And finally, the gases are pushed out during the exhaust phase. There is a classification based on the number of strokes per cycle. You must have heard of 4-stroke engine, 2-stroke engine. 4-stroke engines are most common by far. The 4-stroke engine completes a cycle of operation in 4 piston strokes, namely suction, compression, power and exhaust. These 4 strokes require 2 revolutions of the crankshaft. During every 2 revolutions, only 1 power stroke is there for a 4-stroke engine. 2-stroke engines are not very common among cars and trucks and all. They are suited to applications where there is more power to weight ratio is required. So small capacity motorcycles, lawn mowers, etc. can use 2-stroke engines. In 2-stroke engine, the intake and the compression strokes are combined. Similarly, power and exhaust strokes are combined. 6-stroke engines are in the developmental stage today. It will definitely have a lot of advantages once it gets commercialized. There is another set of classification of engines based on the type of arrangement of the engine cylinders. The automobile engines can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that different numbers of engine cylinders. One cylinder engine generally used for scooters and motorcycles. Two cylinder engines are also generally used for motorcycles or small tractors. 4 and 6 cylinders are most commonly used in cars, jeeps, buses, trucks, etc. Generally speaking, more the number of cylinders, more power output. In ordinary cars, we can find most commonly used 4 cylinders. 6-cylinder engines are typically used in high-end cars and sports cars. It's powerful and generally comes with a turbocharger. Even 12 and 16 cylinder engines are being used in cars, buses, trucks. The example for a 12 cylinder car is Ferrari. So as the name suggests, V6 engine means 6-cylinder engine. V8 engine means 8-cylinder engine. This is something you may generally come across when you look around for your cars. A comparison of V6 and V8, we can see that V6 is lesser weight, V8 is heavier. V6 has better fuel efficiency, whereas V8 has more power. V6 are lower maintenance, V8 will have a higher maintenance cost. So V6 is generally used for mid-size cars. V8 is best for muscle and performance cars. Now there is another classification based on the layout or the valve arrangements according to the arrangement of the inlet and exhaust valve on the cylinder head of the block. So these arrangements are generally termed as I, L, T like that. The I head design is most commonly used. There is another classification of different engines based on the type of cooling you use. The air-cooled engines generally you find in motorcycles and scooters, whereas water-cooled engines are generally used in cars, buses, etc. Water for cooling along with some antifreeze chemical. There is another classification based on the arrangement of the cylinders. Inline engine, where all the cylinders are placed on one single straight line. So in comparison, they are less expensive. Due to the smaller size, the engines will be lighter. You will find it very common in hatchbacks and small cars. 3 and 4 cylinders inline engines could be a good choice for compact cars. Of late, it is losing its popularity. V-type engines are getting more popular now. V-type engines, cylinders are arranged in 2 equal rows, like a V-like shape. This is a good choice because it occupies smaller space. It has become a very popular engine layout now. So almost all high performance cars you can see this V-type engine. V-type engines are very good when we talk about power, but it is more prone to vibrations and expensive to repair. In these engines, the crankshaft and the cylinder are positioned at an angle. The V engines have more parts as compared to inline engines, which can make it more expensive and more maintenance intensive. The V-type engines, especially V8, V12, etc., you will find mostly in high-end cars or high-performance cars. There are also other configurations like a radial engine, opposed piston engine, horizontal engines. That's a flat design. So let us come to the conclusions. Which type of engine is better? It really depends on the individual needs and the preferences. The major factors people consider while purchasing the type of engine. One is the power you require. Second is the fuel efficiency you want to target. The smoothness of driving, noise, the reliability, all these things are factors which affects your decision. As we have seen, 4-cylinder engines are the most common among the car today. They are fuel efficient and relatively reliable, whereas the 6-cylinder engines are more powerful, but they are less fuel efficient. V8 engines could be the most powerful but least fuel efficient. The hybrid engines, which combines a gasoline engine along with an electric motor, could be a very good choice today. It can improve the fuel efficiency. Electric engines, as we said, ultimate future, but today it may not make a good financial sense to go for an electric car today. If you find this video interesting, please like it, share it and subscribe it. Thank you.